You've probably heard of the phrase, rubbing is racing, but this track takes it to a whole new level. Welcome to Italy's lawless kart track, Sette Laghi. Sitting just an hour outside of Milan, this track has hosted the likes of Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Italy is famous for go-karting, maybe more so than any other country. In fact, most modern F1 drivers grew up racing here since many of the top tracks, top championships, and top kart manufacturers are based here. Speaking of which, today we will be racing a brand new fleet of CRG Centurion go-karts. That's because tomorrow, me and my friends are taking on the 24 Hours of Italy, the country's premier 24-hour kart race, and we'll be doing so in these very karts. So, to prepare us for that race, I, along with my friends Bram, Dante, and Luca, will be testing the limits of this track and these karts, which behave rather differently than other brands we're used to. We want to know just how much we can get away with without getting penalties, and of course, we also want to know how much we need to change in our driving style to adapt to these Italian karts. We actually have a list of challenges we need to accomplish today, so without further ado, let's head to the pits because I think we're already late for the session.
Just make sure you get here because I think they're getting checkered flag now.
Okay. Okay. They're both running.
No, I was joking, you have plenty of time.
Oh, you run for the camera. Run for the
Who's breathing in the microphone?
Yeah, who is that? One of you who just ran. I can hear it. That's it.
Luke, I am your father.
So our plan for session 1 is to just race each other as hard as possible, even though we don't even know which way this track goes around. I mean, Luca and I actually did some simulator before this event just to get an idea of the layout, but we're basically learning everything from scratch. But we suspect fighting wheel to wheel will be the fastest way to get up to speed.
Yeah, let's go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. 4, 4, 4. Oh, sorry, Cameron.
So in addition to learning a track none of us have been to, we're also assessing the kart parity here, and we're trying to see how much we can get away with in terms of racing aggression. After all, in the 24-hour tomorrow, we're expecting to be able to be really, really aggressive, but we need to test that out in practice.
Luca, I can't keep up with you in a straight line. Yeah, I gave the Italians 5 quid. Oh, break earlier than that.
Oh, well, Luca, what was that line, bro?
Now we're driving CRG Centurion karts, which is a big competitor to Sodi, and already we're finding the brakes are very
The
different.
brakes are so weird.
Yeah.
They're much more sensitive and feeling a little bit more like a race kart brake. So I suspect Bram, who is a karting world champion and much more used to owner karts, is probably going to have an advantage here.
Flatter!
But so far on our first lap, I'm really impressed with this track. And now that I think we're all comfortable enough with the layouts, it's time to get racing.
Oh, he's going up.
But I wasn't the only one getting aggressive.
I just got loaded out the way.
And it looks like the rumors are true. The Italians certainly don't mess around.
You can see the drivers are fairly aggressive here, and you kind of have to give them that back, otherwise they're just not going to respect you. So we're kind of using Friday to kind of cement ourselves as like, hey, we're not a team to mess around with. They're being maybe a little overly aggressive, but it must be done.
Now already, we're noticing that the straights are very long on this track,
Slipstream's very powerful at this track.
which means engine performance is going to be critical for the race. So throughout today, we're going to be making note of each kart's performance in case it matters for the 24th round. Now because this is just our first practice, we are all running unweighted. In the official race, the minimum will be 80 kilos, which I'm already over, but Dante, for example, who's right behind me, weighs just 57 kilos. So the fact that I'm keeping him behind me right now is giving me a major confidence boost. But that can't be said for everyone, because Bram at the moment is the heaviest among us and, well, getting used to rentals lap by lap. Meanwhile, up ahead, we were getting a glimpse at just how aggressive Dante could be.
Oh, he's going for it.
These are the exact things you want to be practicing in practice, because in a race environment, if you make a mistake on the brakes, you could potentially lose multiple laps stuck in the grass. But what I'm also learning is that now that Dante is back in the lead, he is immediately pulling a gap.
Hello. Oh,
The question is it down to weight,
Dante, come back.
or do I just need to find more pace? I'm guessing it's the latter, because now Luca has gone for the move. But don't worry, I'm not going to let him get away with it that easy.
Oh, shit.
Hey, it's a fun track, this.
It is.
Mate, you
What
got
line was that, geezer?
mate, you got to fly your Oh my god.
Oh, oh, very rude. Very rude. This is true, that is good prep.
But then Luca tried to one-up me the next lap.
Oh, no! Oh,
And now the mind games with the other teams begin.
go on, Dante.
Better live.
Oh, my God! What's he doing? That wasn't you, was it? You're a bad boy.
I didn't even touch him.
Now that we have a few laps under our belts, we're starting to get used to these karts.
Right, work together to catch Bram now.
And the main thing that I'm noticing is that these overall drive much more like race karts than rentals. So only a very small steering input is required to turn the car.
Oh, that was better. That was so much better.
It's almost as if these karts are just neutral steering around the track. Assuming, of course, you did it right. The reason why we preach to our karting handbook students to learn neutral steer is because it applies to pretty much any go-kart you're going to race anywhere in the world, and even cars. But there are multiple ways to achieve neutral steer. Dante's style is much more aggressive on corner entries and is clearly where I'm losing the most time at the moment. But once we swap places, it gave us the perfect opportunity to get feedback directly from Dante.
You carried more speed through that, Cameron.
Having this comm system to help us teach each other is exactly what we needed. And if you want to use this with your teammates, I've got a discount code down there in the description.
Oh, you don't like that corner, do you?
The track is extremely grippy, so if you just charge in a little bit too much, the kart ends up hopping massively, and that's something you just can't recover from. It's not like understeer or oversteer, it's just too much grip.
Too much happened.
That is a tough corner, isn't it?
Your only option to combat hopping is one of two things: more trail braking or just going in with less speed. But why drive into corners slower when you could just wreak havoc on your teammates?
No!
If the 24-hour race is going to be anything like this, we're in for a real treat.
Why are you loading me?
Oh my God, here he comes! Oh.
Oh my god.
Now we're really starting to push the limits.
Oh, you cheeky.
But with the other teams, we decided to play it a little bit more realistic.
Pull my sense up a little bit.
Yes, we're still being very aggressive with our future 24-hour competitors, but in a way that we think won't get us penalties in the race.
Oh, we're all up the inside.
And immediately what we're noticing is that they just do not give up positions easily. And keep in mind, it's still only practice. I'd say that's enough close calls for one session.
That was really good fun.
This might be more fun than the race. It could be.
It's the only time we're going to race each other.
So we just go home after today then?
Yeah, we could actually.
But before we do, we should probably get some more laps in, because some of the fastest competitors and the fastest teams we'll be racing against in the 24 have decided to show up for this session. Now, the important thing here is not to get distracted by all of the traffic. And probably the most important technique we teach our karting handbook students is visual anchoring, which is specifically designed to help this problem. The idea is you always follow your own reference points and you never copy the drivers around you. That way you don't fall victim to their mistakes.
Oh, we're already battling. This Italian guy's quite heavy.
In the session with us now is a mix between Italian, German, and British teams, so we've got a real mix here. But what we fully expect is everyone will be in Italian racing mode.
That's definitely the spot.
This kart's way different than the one I had in the previous session.
Really?
Yeah, this one's got way more front.
It looks quick, mate.
Dante is now battling with British driver Ollie Cooper-Welton, who was on our 24 Hours of Milton Keynes team last year. And let's just say Ollie isn't going to give us any extra room.
That's Ollie on your inside.
But it's certainly not just him we have to worry about.
You know, yeah, the Italian behind me just loaded me off.
And these guys certainly aren't afraid to use their bumpers.
Oh, I just got tapped.
In this kart, Luca wasn't having much luck.
No, my throttle's completely broken. I'm dead.
Man down, man down.
Well, are you broken down on the side somewhere?
Literally, this is insane. I have to swap carts. My throttle's stuck on.
Meanwhile, it was my turn to battle Ollie, and this was a good opportunity to see if we would get any warnings for contact.
Ollie just punted me. He just punted me.
And just up ahead,
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. Oh, so is this guy. Never mind.
this may be the longest straight on the track, but that is a scary place to overtake. But that's something I'm going to have to keep a mental note of for the race. But thankfully, now that Ollie is battling Dante, I've been able to catch back up to the both of them, meaning I can learn double the amount of race lines here.
He's on your inside. Oh! Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Are you behind me, Cam? Yeah, I know. Ollie is. Ollie is.
I'm definitely getting more comfortable with this track now. And it certainly also helped that everyone else is also running on weight.
Trail braking is helping a lot. 100%.
And Dante was finding the exact same.
Oh yes. There we go.
Trail braking is a super common technique in car racing, but you don't see it often used in karting. But in situations like this, where the track is super grippy, sometimes it's helpful to brake first in a straight line and then slowly release off the pedal as you enter into the corner. We actually have a whole lesson on this in the karting handbook, and it's something that has worked a treat in races like the Kart Race of Champions. But I'll be honest, trying to nail trail braking when you only have rear brakes is much easier said than done.
Wow, too deep.
Nice one, Cameron. You hit the bram line.
Yeah, we can start to carry a lot more speed through turn 2 now, it looks like. We don't need to brake much at all. Defo. We caught these guys so fast.
Let's see if there really are no rules in Italy.
I'm about to ruin their time. The guy with the road tax visor strip doesn't seem very happy. This guy in a white helmet's actually diabolical.
Oh, no.
Oh. Watch out, watch out.
Diabolical indeed. Now we're getting a real sense of how multi-kart slipstream battles work around this track, and I'm about to feel the brunt of it. Just being a slightly offline in turn 1 has induced massive amounts of understeer in the kart, and now I'm really on the back foot. This is something I'm going to have to note for the race, because just one little mistake like that
Oh, I tried the bram line.
could be the difference between winning and losing a 24.
There we have it. Practice complete.
So if you want to see how we do in our first ever 24 Hours of Italy, hit the subscribe button, because that is the next video going live on this channel. Not to spoil the video or anything, but something rather unexpected happened overnight.